Hello, today is the anniversary of the birth in 1972 of Sarah Beeny, a name known to those who watch any property programmes on television. This last 18 months or so, she's been dealing with the diagnosis of breast cancer, and she's decided to go public about the way in which she dealt with this through social media, through a television documentary, through a book. And I thought that some of the things that she says about how she dealt with it could help us, not only perhaps in a health scare, but in any crisis that it comes upon us. The first thing I noticed particularly was that she did decide to talk about it. But it was the reason that interested me. It was not necessarily that she needed to, although she did find it helpful, but she was aware that if she didn't tell people about the crisis that she was going through, then her family, her 4 children, teenagers 12 to 18, and her husband, they couldn't talk about it either. They couldn't get support for themselves. And so she decided to break her silence about it for their benefit. And I think we perhaps could be aware of the value of sharing our crises so that it sets our families and others close to us free to talk about it too. Then she decided to make sure that she was going to do this cooperatively. And a symbol for this was that when she decided to cut her hair off, rather than just let it fall out with chemotherapy, she got her children and invited her children and her husband to help her in the process. That was a symbol for me of the cooperative way in which they approached this crisis. And then she was determined to make something positive out of it, and the programs and the desire to go on social media about it was designed to give others information and encouragement. For me, the symbol for this was the way in which, when her hair was cut off, she had it made into a wig and donated it to children's charities so that it could be used as a toy for children who themselves were in need. So there are a number of ways in which I think her response to her illness could encourage us in dealing the way we deal with any crisis that we face, to be open about it as far as possible, to get support from those close to us, and to try and make something out of it. Because, of course, she didn't know when she started the documentaries that she was going to be okay. But now that she is, she says it's made a huge difference to the way she lives her life. And I think as we come through any crisis, not only does it make us feel grateful that we're still alive and still able to live good lives, but it also enables us to realise that we have been able to deal with a particular fear, a particular problem that we've had to face, and that's made us stronger people. But today, just in closing, I want us also just to celebrate the medical skill that brought her through her diagnosis to where at the moment she's got the all clear, and in the middle of this junior doctors strike, to celebrate. And then, of course, they're not junior doctors; they're highly qualified people who are just not consultants or registrars. But the thanks that we owe to people like them, and to those who invent and discover new ways of dealing with illness. She talks in the programme that she put on television about the contrast between the way in which she was treated and the way her mother, who also died of breast cancer at the young age of 39, was treated. And it's not just about medical advances, it's about the way in which you felt much more treated in a humane sort of way. Her mother was not given all sorts of bits of information that she really ought to have had about what would be the result of her treatment, one of which was to make her infertile, but she wasn't told that, whereas Sarah Beeny felt she was treated much more humanely and with respect. And so we want to celebrate the advances today of medical technology, but also the way in which the medical profession treats its patients.